Hi, I'm Mike Keller, Vice President of Information Technology at Data Dimensions. Today, we're here to go through our data center facility here in Janesville, Wisconsin. This is a multi-use facility. As you can see in the background, there's a clerical sort process taking place. The building is 22,000 square feet in size. Of that, 2,500 square feet is dedicated to the data center space. We're now in the basement of the facility where we have two 250 kilowatt generators. These are set up in a lead lag functionality where one operates as the primary, kicking in after 10 seconds a loss of utility power. The second will then fire online if the first fails within a minute and a half. We have 4 hours of runtime in the base of each unit. We have 1 week of runtime and 1,500 gallons of diesel fuel externally to the building. We also have contracts with vendors to resupply us with diesel fuel in the event of a major catastrophe. We're still in the basement of the facility, and below the data center here is where we provide the chilled water. Chilled water is essential in order to keep your components cool inside your data center. I've got redundant chillers here, each on its own separate loop, each with a separate digital scroll compressor as well as a standard compressor inside of them. We can do lead lag across each of these, providing chilled water up to the data center. The chilled water, as it leaves the chillers, circulates through these two exchange tanks and then is pumped up into the data center space. Once we get that water out of those chiller systems, we have it exchanged in these tanks behind me. We have one as the primary, the other is the secondary, and they can operate in lead lag functionality. That way we have clean water heading up to our cooling units that are in the rows up in the data center. Here we are on the ground floor of the facility in a dedicated electrical space for the data center itself. We have transfer switch A and transfer switch B, which are dedicated to the two 250 kilowatt generators that we just left down in the basement. These control those generators in the event of a power failure, switching over from lead and lag, as well as in the event of an interruption of power from the utility. We're still in that electrical room, and this is one of the points of entry for our internet service providers. We have redundant fiber capabilities from multiple providers. This one heads out the north end of the building and to the east. Not only do we provide conditioned power to the data center itself, we also monitor utility power coming into the building and to our UPS systems. For power systems in the data center, we use APC infrastructure. This 80 kilowatt UPS unit is constructed of N+1 architecture. Any single component failure does not cause a disruption in service. This unit is located in the electrical room. It supplies power to the left half of every single rack. We have a redundant system in the same N+1 architecture inside the data center, providing power to the right hand of every rack. Now we're in the data center itself. This is a raised floor construction. We've got concrete block walls, steel rebar, slurried-in concrete, and a pre-stressed concrete cap, creating an envelope that will withstand an F5 tornado. We have APC infrastructure equipment supplying our rack systems. Cooling is provided through in-row cooling, where it draws hot air out of the aisle, out into the open space where it's chilled. Our storage is from NetApp. This primary storage is fiber channel based, supporting our HP C7000 blade systems. Networking is through Cisco and our LAN switches. Our perimeter security is through Palo Alto and Cisco firewalls. We also have dedicated space to providers for internet and our ISPs. Here we are in the hot aisle. Power coming into the back of each rack is supported off of separate APC UPS systems. The one that we saw inside the electrical room provides power to the left-hand side of the rack. The other, which is in row, provides it to the right. We have a similar structure for our cabling. Data connections are primary in red, secondary is in whites, managements are blues, blacks are for storage. This provides redundant capabilities as far as connectivity for all systems within the space. These outlets can be controlled and monitored for amperage and voltage external to the data center itself. We can even provide clients with the ability to remote power on, power off an individual device. Here in ILA, we have another APC infrastructure system. N+1 technology with battery support for the right-hand side PDU and the back end of every rack. That concludes the tour of our data center. If you need any more information about our facilities or the services that we provide within it, you can contact us on the web. We're Data Dimensions, driven by people, powered by technology.